Hello everyone, welcome to the lecture series of Python programming. I am your instructor Ms. Alpa Rupala. Today we are going to learn about how we can read data from the Excel file using the Python. So for reading an Excel file, we are going to use the Python pandas library. In this pandas library, we are going to use the read underscore Excel method. The syntax of the read underscore Excel method is represented as the pandas dot read underscore Excel. In the bracket, the first argument will be the Excel file name and the second argument will be the sheet name. So your Excel file name with the extension .xls and your sheet name will also be enclosed in the single quotation or double quotation. So whatever sheet name you will provide over here, that read underscore Excel file will convert it into the data frame and it will create a data frame as a return object. So whatever the return value is, we will store that into the data frame object. So let us just see this all fundamental by an example. So here I am having one dataset Excel file in which I am having two sheets. The name of the sheets are sheet 1 and sheet 3. In sheet 1, I am having a series of data with the SR number, name, city and salary. In this, I am having 10 records. This is my heading of table and this is my 10 records in which there is a different name and different cities attached with, and this is the salary value. And this salary value is in a numerical one. Next, in sheet 3, we are having the series name and name. These names are same as the previous table. Okay, and this data is having the SPI value of a particular name. Okay, and this fundamental is also what? Numerical kind of. So we are going to learn in a Jupyter notebook that how we can read this data, how we can manipulate on this data in a Jupyter notebook by Python and using the pandas library. So let us go to the Jupyter notebook. Here I am having one file in a Jupyter notebook in which how we can read an Excel file using read underscore Excel function that we are going to learn. So first of all, to read an Excel file, we are using the read underscore Excel function which is of the pandas library. So for that we need to import the pandas library. So here it is, the import pandas as variable PD. So we are going to use this read underscore Excel method using the PD variable. So I am using the PD dot read underscore Excel, in which the first one in a double quotation I am having the file name. The file name was the dataset.xlss. Now the second one is sheet 1. I want to read this sheet 1. So that's why in a second argument I had provided the name of this sheet. Now this whole method will return us the data frame. So here we are consuming our data frame in df underscore 1 and this I am printing using df underscore 1. Let us just run the code. So here we can see that I am having a SR number, name, city and salary which was in our sheet 1. So we are reading the Excel data of sheet 1 using the pandas library in Python. Now same fundamental, suppose I want to read the sheet 3 data, so I can provide the sheet 3 data and I am storing that in my data frame object df underscore 2. So this is the output of it. Okay, I can also represent my data frame using two methods. I can directly print my data frame or I can use the print method. So this is my print method and like you can see the difference. Okay, now next one is reading more than one sheet from an Excel file by using the index method. Okay, so by using index means you are having a data set, like this one is your data set. This is the sheet 1, sheet 3, but it is the name of your sheet. But in a sequence of series, this is the sheet index 0, this is the sheet index 1. Okay, so by that we are going to use or read more than one sheet at a time in your Excel file. So I am having again my pandas library with the PD variable. So this is the pd dot read underscore excel from this data set itself, and this sheet underscore name is equals to 0, that is the index value of your sheet, and same as sheet underscore name is equals to 1, that is the index of your sheet 3. And I am printing the df1 by using the print method and df2 directly. So let us run this. So this is the data of your df1, okay, by the sheet underscore name index value 0, and this is the data of your df2. Okay, so you can see that we are using print function in which this is the format of the print of your data frame, and this is the directly printing of your df2 object. Now how we can display a few lines of record from your Excel dataset. So for that, this is my df2 which I have already just created, in which there is the sheet name 1, right? So the sheet 3 data is being printed. Now in this df2, I only want to, this is my sheet 2 df2 data, right? I only want to print few of the lines. So for that, we can use the head method. So df2.head default value will be 5 lines from the start of your data. So this is the 5 lines data 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Suppose you want to specify a particular number of lines to be present. So this you can give it as an argument, as an integer value. So this is the data 1, 2, 3. Now we can also concat 2 or more data frames. So here we are having the 2 or more from data frames, that is a concat method in which I am providing in a list df1 and df2, which we have already created the variable df1 and df2, data frame 1 and data frame 2. Okay, data frame 1 and data frame 2. In this data frame 1 we are having the sheet 1 data, and this data frame 2 we are having the sheet 3 data. After using the concat function, we are giving this whole method a return variable new df. Okay, and we are printing the new df. Ultimately, it will perform the joint operation on this two data frame. So here it is the answer. So it will combine two tables. Here in a table 1 we are having only this much of column, but this SPI column is of data frame 2, right? So the data frame 2 SPI value will be NAN, and same as for your data frame 2 the CT and salary value will be NAN. So this is the joint operation in a result in a concat method. Now to get the number of rows and columns in your data frame, we can use the shape variable. So this is your data frame variable, that is your new df. This is the new df in which we are having 20 rows and 5 columns. Okay, 20 rows and 5 columns. So this should be the answer of the shape method. Yes, so this is 20 rows and 5 columns. Now we can also sort the data according to our requirement. So for that we are just printing our df1, then after we are sorting our df1 data using sort underscore values method, in which I am providing the column name as an index for the sorting. So the column name is CT. So I want to sort my data according to the CT in ascending order. So the output will be represented according to it. And if I want to print the data in a descending order, so for that I need to specify one attribute named as ascending, and we need to specify the value of that ascending attribute as false. Okay, so this method will sort or represent your data according to the CT in ascending order, and this will print the descending order. So let us run this. So this is your normal df1, right? In this we are having the df1 value in a CT ascending order, okay, and same as in a CT descending order. Now the next one is writing the content from the data frame to the Excel file. So for that we can use the to_Excel method, in which the first argument will be whatever file you want to create or you want to store the data in it. So I want to store my data into the content of .xlx file. Now this file can be present in your folder already, so it will overwrite the data. If the file is not present, at that time it will create the file and add the data of your data frame. So I want to store my new DEF data frame to the Excel file named as content of .xls, and I want to specify the index value as false. So let us run this code. Okay, it is perfectly learned. Let us just check that content of file is having what data. So this is my content of file, in which I am having the data where the NaN value were represented in your DF, that is your new DF, right? That will be represented as null value. There will be no values, and here also there will be no values. But this is the content which is stored in your content of file, okay, using the to_Excel method. Now the next one is plotting of the Excel sheet data using pivot table. So you can define the pivot table by two ways. You can use the pandas library, or you can use the pivot table to your data frame itself. So I want to create a pivot table for my data frame df1. So df1.pivot_table, in which I am giving the index value for the segregation purpose, that is the index is equals to salary. So my data will be clubbed according to the salary value, and then after I am just printing my df1. Okay, and this is my df1 plot using this plot table. So let us just run this code. So this is my df1 data, in which I am indexing it by the salary. So my pivot table is containing the data segregated according to the salary, and then after I am printing that values. So the x-axis will have the values of your SR number 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 10, right? So this is your SR number from the 0 to 9, and this is your salary value. Now you can see that this index 0 value is having the salary 2500, is 25,000. So it will be something like here. Then after the next one is 14,000. Then after the next one is 26,000, and so on till the 9th row. Okay, or we can also provide your or create your pivot table using the pandas library. So this is my pandas pd dot pivot table, in which I am specifying my data frame, that on which data frame I want to create the pivot table. So I want to create my pivot table using the df2. So this is my data is equals to df2, and index I want to segregate now everything, or want to create a graph according to the name itself. So this is the index is equals to name, and this is table, and this is plot. So this is the output. Okay, we cannot directly represent this table. So this is the output of our table dot plot. Okay, if you want to print, then you can write this. So this is my pivot table data, that is pivot table, in which all things are segregated according to the name, in which we are having the SPI and SR number. So your y-axis will contain the SR number, right? This is for sequence, and this will contain the name. And according to the name, the SPI value and SR number will be present. So this was all about today, the how we can read the Excel file using the pandas library in Python. Thank you.